Greetings everyone, I am Thomas the Retro Nerd reviewing the games good or bad. Wait, yellow on yellow? Ah, screw it. It's not like I care anyway. If in case you can't tell, I am not looking forward to the game I'm reviewing right now. I'll just say that we all have our regrets in our childhood, whether it's from movies, cartoons, video games that we grew up as a kid, and they didn't age well as years goes on. Well, it kind of depends on your taste.
What the hell are you talking about?
Captain Planet. That gay cartoon from the 90s? I wouldn't say that, Rocco. Now, for Captain Planet, I watched some syndicated reruns on Cartoon Network, which, oddly enough, both that channel and this cartoon were created by the same guy, Ted Turner. The premise of the show is that Gaia, the spirit of the Earth, can't handle the destruction of the planet, so she sent 5 elemental rings to 5 teenagers from across the globe. Kwame from Africa with Earth, Wheeler from North America with Fire, Linka from the Soviet Union later readdressed to Russia with Wind, Guy from Asia with Water, and Mati from South America with the made-up element Heart.
Mine is Heart. I can sense you all.
There's a fun fact, Mati was voiced by Scott Menville, who you might know as Robin from Teen Titans, or for the audience these days, Teen Titans Go.
God, that shit sucks.
When the situation gets dire, the teens combine their powers to summon Captain Planet, the savior of the Earth. I consider this show a product of its time. In the 80s and 90s, public service announcements plagued kids' television, telling kids not to do drugs, protect the trees, or even not to smoke. The problem is that these PSAs are meant to scar the living daylights out of you. But I'm glad that Captain Planet didn't go that far. Except that the show has its own Fonzie-style moments, like having an episode focusing on gang violence, not having too many kids, which is hypocritical that the creator is a father of 5, and...
AIDS?
Oh, that is just too far. By the way, that kid in the episode was voiced by Neil Patrick Harris. I just found out about it. Speaking of which, I was shocked to find out how many celebrities are in this show, like Whoopi Goldberg, Ed Asner, John Ratzenberger, Martin Sheen, Jeff Goldblum, Tim Curry, and even Meg Ryan. Overall, this show might not age well, but I can't deny saying I find this a guilty pleasure. I had some fun back then watching it, but I say stick to Bill Nye the Science Guy for your educational needs. Now I don't understand why this show has to have a video game. Was something sacred back then? Might as well just shove your money down the shitter. That's right, I have the game right here with his shit-eating grin. Power's yours, yeah. This game was brought to us by Mindscape, though the game was developed by Chris Gray Enterprises before they changed their names to Grey Matter and then get defunct in 1997. In case you can't tell, I don't have high hopes for this game. Might as well get this over with. So we boot up the game and I could already tell the music sucks. The music sounds nothing like the show. Why couldn't they do the actual theme song from the show? Heck, I would even take a chiptune version of the credits theme.
Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution.
Wait, sounds familiar. Freeze! Okay, what I'm trying to point out is that the ending theme of Captain Planet sounds similar to the New Kids on the Block song Step by Step. I don't want to play the song for you guys because this video will be hit with copyright infringement. So to sum this up... I don't know. Must be some sort of coincidence. Already this game fails in the auditory department. The soundtrack is bad, but it's gonna get a lot worse. So the game supports a password system, but I'm not gonna be showing it off because I don't care. You start the game and you get an explanation for your premise. Turns out Hoggish Greedley is dumping oil in the ocean with his walker-like machine, so we have to stop him. Kinda sounds like the plot of the pilot episode of this series. Who would've thunk it? So we start off in the eco-jet, flying around, shooting other ships. You fly around with the D-pad and shoot with the A button. You have all the elemental powers which you can switch around them with the start button. Yes, start. This is another one of those games where select is pause. Damn, I missed! Hey, what the fuck?! Of course! This game just exposed itself how shitty it could be! Like a shooter, you die in one hit. Of course, one bigger nerd will blab and say that it's a shooter, it's supposed to be difficult. Counteracting and say, I played some shooters like Galaga and Space Invaders where you shoot moving objects and you die once. Aside from those games, this game is made to piss you off! The projectiles are too small and hard to avoid because the hitbox is just a big square. If you die 5 times, that's it. Game over. And you get this depressing message from Gaia that you failed to save the Earth. Thanks for rubbing it in my face. By the way, all the elemental powers share the same meter. Yeah, even if you switch them around, it doesn't refurbish unless you get a power-up of some kind. So that means if you waste it on the windshield, you're screwed. Eventually you'll come across these walker-like polluting tanks. You could use fire to take out the gun turrets and the legs. Yeah, you could also use the windshield. By the way, the windshield partly blocks projectiles. I say partly because they sometimes get through the shield and hits you.
Well, it's no wonder you died too fast. You're too big of a target.
The scale and perspective really annoys me. Sometimes I can't tell what's in the foreground or in the background. It's just confusing. There are also some oil-spewing towers. You can use Earth to take them down. Also, you could press the B button to turn the ship around, but why is this even necessary? And of course, the first level is auto-scrolling, my domain of despair. So yeah, I know, this is very annoying to me. But once you finally manage to pass this part of the level, yeah, the level is split into 2 parts. The Planeteers call on Captain Planet to finally destroy the polluting scheme. As Captain Planet, you have to fly around through this factory, which is like a giant maze, while dodging small cannons and drones that spew pollution. Captain Planet's one weakness. Honestly, this is obnoxious because not only you use the elements to navigate through, but the element meter is now your health bar, and the thing ticks down even if you're doing nothing! That's the only problem with this level, the amount of small enemies you have to avoid. It's a shame because when I got to Hoggish Greeley, I just shattered the windowsill and the boss is defeated.
God, that's pathetic.
Negativity aside, I do love a good 8-bit explosion. The next level is you stopping Dr. Bright and Mal for dumping oil in the ocean. This time you're in a chopper, and by God this level is annoying! It's a race to the ocean. If you don't stop the truck, you die. No joke. It's like the Planeteers decided to spontaneously combust from their failure. Though if you use Earth to stop the truck, you get an extra life. Like I care because the controls are murder on my thumb! At the same time you're stopping the truck, you also have to dodge trees in your way. It may not seem hard, but trust me, it's hell. Oh, come on! You're telling me I didn't clear that? Well, if that's not enough, how about quick reactions from projectile attacks? How am I supposed to know that? This game is beyond unfair, and I had to ask, why do the programmers have the pleasure of pissing the gamers off? And how can a skydiver destroy a chopper by a measly touch? Man, these obstacles are annoying. The final truck is a giant middle finger because it's faster than you for no reason. The only way to slow it down is to use the heart on this bear so it can cling on the truck. Then good luck trying to reach it. By this game's logic, if the chopper is too high up the screen, the slower you are. Excuse me, game, I'm trying to avoid all this shit that you placed on so I can't die! No doubt this is the worst level in the entire game. And after beating it, I just can't take it anymore. My thumb is so cramped from dodging all the trees and swerving through caves, I just lost the patience to move on.
To sum this up, this entire game has the same rinse and repeat crap for all its levels. So I don't see what the point is of continuing on.
Yeah, it's obvious that I don't like this game. It's weird that Electronic Gaming Monthly had the NES to say in advertisement, we took some of the worst garbage on TV and turned it into a great video game. That is false and we know it. Oh, and don't forget the toys. Yes, Captain Planet had his own toy line. That's a little excessive.
Honestly, I've had enough of this. If you like the show, then just stick with the show. Don't even bother with this game. It's not worth your time or money. I'm Thomas the Retro Nerd. Thank you all for watching. See you guys in the next review.